Hi, this is Enis from Never Stop Trucking. Today we are talking about how to keep owner operators once you got them to work with you as an independent dispatcher. Now, it's another story of how to get owner operators, and that's very hard for everyone. But people don't like once you get an owner operator to work with you, people usually don't talk much about how to keep those owner operators with you. So that's another challenge. That's another a whole problem for itself. So in this video, I want to talk to you about that. So what are some ways that once you have an owner operator on board and you're dispatching them, what's good practice to have in order to keep those owner operators with you for a long time. So first thing, like I always said before, is honesty. Always be honest, always tell them the truth, about the load. Don't try to make it look better than it is. Even if you notice that it's a bad load, and then you're still offering that load to the owner operator, then make sure to tell them your opinion. Like if it's a bad load, and say, hey, this load is not a really not a great load. If you want to go, we can book you this load, and then from there I'll try to find you something much better. But in my eyes, this load is not that good. I think we can find you something better. So if you don't want it, it's totally fine. Just tell me, and then we'll look for something else. Okay. Now, honesty is not just about that. Honesty is like, I've seen people before, change the rate confirmations. Like if pickup time says something, and they would change it and then play stupid when the owner operator gets there to the pickup or delivery, and they tell them a different thing. Then they're like, oh yeah, well, this is the rate con, that's what it said, it's not me, it's someone else. Don't do that. Always be honest. And then even if the owner operator declines that load, then just live with it. Find something better. At the end, that's our job. That's what we are paid for to do. If the commodity is something that they don't like, don't tell them, I don't know what it is. Do an investigation. Go online. If you don't know what that commodity is, just go online and look it up. Go to Google image search and then see what it is, and then explain it to the owner operator what it is. If there are no loads, tell them, hey, I don't see any loads. Do you want me to start looking for tomorrow, etc. So honesty, that's my first thing that I always do, and that I've been telling that for a while now. But there are some other small things that you can do. For example, you can send cards to them. Now we live in digital age. We do email, text messages, but a real paper, a real card, it shows that you appreciate them. So once in a while, maybe not just holiday, including holidays, but not just in holiday season, like at the end of the year or every few months. Just send them a card. Pick up a few cards at a store and just send them a small card, mail them, and then handwrite it, just tell them how you feel, thank them for what they're doing, and then once they get that, then they will feel appreciated. So it's a small gesture. If another thing that you can do is, if an owner operator wants to tell you that they are leaving, like they don't want to work with you anymore, ask them for like a final interview. It's not an interview, it's like a conversation, maybe on the phone or maybe even on Zoom, like face to face, if they don't live in the same city. Then if you do a face-to-face conversation, and then you ask them like genuinely, like what is it that they are missing, that they don't like that they think like where you can improve. Ask them directly, what am I doing wrong, and how can I better my services? How can I make you stay and go out of your way? I did have a few owner operators who always wanted special treatment, and at first I was very stubborn. I was like, no, everyone gets the same treatment. Why should I spend 2 hours with you and then 20 minutes with this one guy, for one load? It doesn't make sense, because one driver, like, they just take whatever is there, they don't complain much, and then the other one, you have to call 20 loads. But then at the end I realized that not everyone is the same. And it's always like that, wherever you work with people, whether it's customers or contractors, you'll always have different people. You'll have people who require less maintenance and everything is easy and smooth with them. And then you have other people that you always have to, deal with, talk to them, try to please them, and they always complain. So it's always like that. It's everywhere you're gonna work, or you're gonna, if you have your own business, it's always gonna be like that. And that's same with drivers. That's what I realized a few years ago, that not everyone is the same. And then even like if you have this one driver that you have to spend extra time with that driver, then that's the nature of the job. If you get rid of that driver, you're only gonna stay with these people who are less trouble, but the quantity is going to be smaller. You may have the quality, like your everything is all set, you don't have a lot to worry about. Your job is much easier now, but you don't have that many drivers. You're not making as much money. And then once the driver leaves, then you can notice that on your income. And then it's always going to be like that. But then once with this one driver that always wants more and more and more, once you kind of get used to it, and then they see that you're going out of your way, they're gonna be less needy. Okay, they're gonna appreciate you, because they know at the end, these drivers that do this, they know that they are difficult to work with, and they will appreciate you for sticking with them. Now, this is, I mean, I'm talking about a driver who probably makes you a lot of money. If you have a driver that doesn't want to go out, they don't make you a lot of money, or themselves, and then they're still being difficult, that's different. Then you have to talk to them about that. But if this driver is, working normally, or even making better than average gross, then, I guess it's worth it, and then you should stick with that driver. Also, every few months, maybe quarterly, or every 6 years, you should maybe have a long talk with all your owner operators, and then do like a little survey. Write down questions, and then ask them directly. What do you like about my services? What do you think I could do better? What do you think I should stop doing? What's bothering you? What do you think I have is something that I have that you wouldn't find someplace otherwise? Maybe even have like a little rating, like 1 to 5, and then ask them. And if they give you a lower and if they give you a lower rating on something, then ask them why, and then what can you do to improve. But maybe like a 30-minute conversation with them about the business, about their plans, where do they see themselves in a year, what do they think you should make better? Maybe you should include some kind of services with you, things like that. So quarterly conversation or quarterly review is a good way to keep owner operators with you. If you are physically able to do so, if you live in or live in a close proximity, then maybe maybe do a little community gathering with your drivers. Maybe have them come to your office, or maybe plan like one, you have 2 or 3 drivers in the same city delivering where you are. Maybe meet maybe meet at the truck stop, or have them come to your office, or maybe do even a Zoom meeting, maybe like once every 6 months, or maybe once every year. Just do a small community gathering and just talk to each other. And even it's a good idea, like if you have a driver come delivery to the city where you live, that you go out and meet them. If you maybe you haven't even met them, maybe you met them online, or you've seen them like 2 years ago. Maybe just go over to their delivery or pickup or a truck stop and meet them. Bring something with you, candy. It doesn't have to be money. It could be a gift card, but even some candy. Something that they like. Maybe if they have a hobby that they are into, just it shows them your appreciation. Or maybe even mail it to them. If you don't see them, you can also mail them something, like $20-$30 is just a nice gesture from you, and they can see that you're appreciating them. And one final point I want to make is, like, if they are missing work, call them up. So you may notice that they keep telling you, hey, I'm not gonna go out next week, or they've been missing a lot of work. You don't know, maybe they're working with another dispatcher. Maybe they don't want to tell you. Maybe they just keep you, like, in case the other dispatcher cannot find something. Just call them up and say, hey, what's going on? Are you working? Is everything okay? What can I do to make it better? Things like that. So just always don't be afraid to ask. I hope you like this video, and subscribe to the channel, like it, come back for more, and I'll see you around.